Answering to your question about the dialogue between Belgrade and Pristina, which is definitely one of the most complex processes that we have currently in the region, and probably one of the most sensitive. I'm just using this opportunity to say that, of course, we still believe that the EU-led dialogue is one of the best mechanisms that we have for finding sustainable solution for this very complex and very sensitive issue for us. We appreciate the work carried out by the special representative so far. Of course, we highly appreciate the work done by his predecessor, Mr. Lajčák, of course. You somehow referred to the Ohrid Agreement. I would just say that when we speak about Belgrade-Pristina dialogue, we should be aware that the things did not start with the Ohrid Agreement. This is a long process. We, prior to that, reached Brussels Agreement back to 2030, which was on that time something that we thought that can bring some sustainable solution for not only Belgrade and Pristina, but for the entire region, and bring us closer to some mutual objectives of this region in order to create better future for our citizens. But unfortunately, the last 13 years show the different picture. We are still very committed to this format of dialogue. We are acting as a constructive side in this process, but I also have to say that there are many things that are under the provisions of the so-called Brussels Agreement that have not been implemented yet. So basically, just for all the audience to have a clear picture, the Ohrid Agreement is not something that neglects all the previous reached agreements. And when we are discussing about some possibilities to move forward in this dialogue process, we also should discuss about the implementation of all already reached agreements, and Ohrid Agreement is only one of them. Fun fact is that I served as ambassador of Serbia to North Macedonia on a time when this agreement was discussed. These kind of meetings, these kind of discussions are never easy for the participants. I remember those times. I remember how difficult it was for our delegation to have these conversations, and how difficult it was to make some compromises that were made in order to find some mutual solution. And unfortunately, we couldn't see some positive steps for the last couple of years that could make us closer to some sustainable solution. Also, one important fact, very often in these kind of gatherings, we can hear word of recognition. And I'm very glad that Mr. Sorensen is sitting today with us, so he can also confirm that recognition is not something that we have been discussing under the auspices of the Belgrade-Pristina dialogue led by EU. No one even thought about it. Neither you will find anyone in Serbia who will be ready to discuss this. We are discussing the possibilities to find some agreement that will normalize relations between Belgrade and Pristina, that will enable conditions for the protection of the rights of the Serbs living there, which is something of our biggest concern at this moment. So just to be clear on this, because from international fora to international fora, somehow I have impression that we have been misusing this dialogue process, and because of the clarity, it's very important to mention this.
Okay, thank you very much. I would say, I think people who follow this would never say this is about recognition. It's just about international recognition, but it's more about recognition of the fact that Kosovo is not part of Serbia anymore. But we can discuss this maybe in a second round.